Coach.
Not the coach. I'm telling you, they lied to us.
No, and that's a good question because you brought that up, and I was going to ask you, and you actually made an excellent point because I agree with you. There's been a lot of people in the NFL that have lied to us about Shedeur. Why do people continue lying to us about Shedeur? Because I could make the case that Kevin Stefanski lied to us about Shedeur. He said it was a four-man competition. He is the only one, Shedeur Sanders is the only one not to get a first-team rep in OTAs. So why are they lying to us about Shedeur? Is it because potential blowback? Because, hey, if you don't give Shedeur's chart, we're going to riot, we're going to do this, we're going to do that? I'm just trying to understand why no one can keep it real about Shedeur, because everyone has lied to us.
It's official. We've just witnessed Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski caught in the biggest lie of his coaching career, and the evidence is overwhelming. He assured the media, the fans, and the team that there would be an open four-man competition for the quarterback role. Each quarterback, he promised, would receive equal first-team reps. If you care about truth in football and think Shedeur deserves better, hit that subscribe button to stay updated, because this drama is just getting started. But here's the twist. While Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dillon Gabriel have been regularly rotating with the first-team offense, Shedeur Sanders has been completely iced out. He's only seeing reps against third and fourth string defenders. That's not just unfair, it's a clear violation of the promise made by Stefanski. And here's the kicker. Despite these limited opportunities, Shedeur has absolutely dominated. He completed 41 of 53 passes during OTAs, a scorching 77.4% completion rate, while throwing dimes that had veteran beat writers pausing mid-interview. Reporters who've covered the NFL for decades say they haven't seen a rookie with that kind of precision and confidence in years. This isn't just a player quietly doing his job in the shadows. This is a quarterback putting on a clinic session after session and still being ignored by the coaching staff. So the question isn't, did Stefanski lie? That's clear. The real question is, why is he so afraid of what might happen if Shedeur actually gets a shot with the first team? Let's call it what it is. When a head coach stands in front of cameras and says, every QB will get a fair shot, fans expect honesty. When he says competition, fans expect real, merit-based reps. But what we're seeing in Cleveland, it's not a competition, it's a con. Joe Flacco, no one expected him to take the lion's share of snaps. He's the vet, a leader, a stabilizer. Fine. Kenny Pickett, he's been consistently getting first-team action and looks sharp enough. Dillon Gabriel, Stefanski's hand-picked third-round selection. He's getting protected reps, top unit protection, top targets, soft media narrative. And Shedeur, he's been locked out of the real contest. Not because he isn't performing, but because he's performing too well. It's hard to ignore what's brewing here. Stefanski's coaching seat may not be hot yet, but his credibility is going up in flames. And the Browns organization, which has spent years trying to rebuild trust with its fan base, now risks squandering it again. All because a rookie is showing up a third-round pick they thought they could groom quietly. This script isn't about development, it's about control. Stefanski is trying to manage the optics, protect his draft decisions, rather than reward true merit. But as we've seen in the NFL time and again, you can only suppress raw talent for so long before it breaks through. While Shedeur Sanders continues to dominate behind the scenes, the favoritism playing out in front of everyone is becoming impossible to ignore. The Browns coaching staff, led by Kevin Stefanski, is doubling down, giving Dillon Gabriel first-team reps day after day, even as his performance falls flat. We're not talking about a minor gap in execution here. We're talking about a stark contrast in results. Shedeur is hitting throws into tight windows, reading defenses with poise, and showing maturity well beyond his rookie status. Meanwhile, Gabriel is throwing late off target and rattled under pressure, a quarterback who looks like he's learning on the job while getting the VIP treatment. And here's what's worse, this is intentional. The coaching staff isn't blind. They see the same stats, they watch the same tape, they hear the whispers in the building, and yet they continue to sideline Shedeur while propping up Gabriel with excuses and talking points. The numbers don't lie, but in Cleveland right now, the truth is being actively buried. While Shedeur fires dart after dart, Gabriel's errant throws are brushed aside. When Shedeur thrives, it's just against backups. When Gabriel struggles, it's part of the process. That double standard is what's raising red flags across the league. Analysts aren't holding back anymore. Emmanuel Acho called it what it is, a flat-out lie, not a misunderstanding, not a change in plans, a deliberate deception, a betrayal of trust. And it's not just a Browns issue. Let's rewind to the draft. Shedeur Sanders, one of the most talked about college QBs in the nation, was passed over by team after team. Teams that desperately needed quarterback depth. The Cowboys, for example, had just moved on from Cooper Rush. They didn't take Shedeur. The Steelers, same thing. They bypassed him and waited until the 6th round to draft Will Howard instead. So what's really going on here? Because the excuses don't hold up. If Shedeur didn't have the arm talent, the poise, or the leadership, that would be one thing. But he does. He's shown it over and over. In college and OTAs in front of scouts. The truth is, this isn't about football anymore. It's about narrative control. Stefanski and the Browns front office are defending their draft pick. They took Gabriel in the 3rd round, a top 100 selection. Admitting Shedeur is better would mean admitting they wasted that pick. And in the NFL, admitting you made the wrong call on draft day can cost people their jobs. So now, instead of allowing real competition, they're rigging the process to justify a decision they already made. It's not about who earns it, it's about who they've already invested in. And Shedeur, he's the casualty of that investment. A quarterback who's done everything right but still finds himself blocked by politics, pride, and PR. In most NFL camps, performance speaks for itself. But in Cleveland, silence speaks even louder. Despite Shedeur Sanders lighting up OTAs, the coaching staff has offered zero transparency on why he's not getting first-team reps. No press conference explanations, no open acknowledgement of his standout play, just silence. And that silence is deafening. What's even more frustrating is how the organization spins the narrative. When Shedeur makes highlight-level throws, the staff stays quiet. When Gabriel throws a pick or misses a wide-open target, suddenly it's all about growth mindset, long-term development, and system acclimation. It's like watching two completely different quarterbacks being graded on two completely different rubrics. And that's not just a football issue. That's a locker room issue. Players see this. Veterans notice. When a guy is consistently outperforming his peers and still getting overlooked, it sends a message to the whole team. Politics matter more than performance. Sonal Nabe real quiet, and here's where it gets dangerous. You can only fake competition for so long before cracks start to show. The moment training camp goes public and fans start watching with their own eyes, the truth becomes undeniable. Beat writers, reporters, analysts, they're already starting to whisper what many are thinking out loud. This so-called QB battle is a facade. Shedeur has done everything a young quarterback should do. He's shown up early, he's studied the playbook, he's built chemistry with receivers, and when it came time to perform, he delivered. Precision throws, tight window lasers, smart checkdowns, calm under pressure. And what did it earn him? More bench time. Compare that to Gabriel, who, despite being handpicked and groomed, has yet to string together a convincing set of practices. Yet he's the one with the first-team reps. He's the one getting protected by the coaching staff and shielded from criticism. Why? Because they need him to succeed. Not because he's earned it, but because they need the draft pick to look good. That's the danger of ego in professional sports. When a coach or GM feels like their credibility is tied to a draft choice, they'll go to extreme lengths to defend that choice, even if it means holding back better talent. But this can't last forever. Eventually, the truth gets too loud to ignore. The fans, the media, the players, everyone starts demanding accountability. And when that happens, the lie begins to unravel. Shedeur isn't just being shortchanged, he's being strategically sidelined. And the more it happens, the more obvious it becomes. This isn't about who the better quarterback is, it's about who the organization wants to succeed. As training camp approaches, Kevin Stefanski and the Browns are running out of places to hide. Shedeur Sanders' performance is becoming impossible to ignore. Stefanski promised a fair QB competition, but what we're seeing is a scripted setup protecting a draft pick, not rewarding real talent. You can't fake it in the NFL. Every rep in front of fans and cameras tells the truth. Shedeur has gone 41 for 53 in OTAs, outshining every other QB with limited reps. If he gets even a slice of first-team action and dominates, Stefanski's narrative will collapse. This isn't just about one rookie, it's about trust. When coaches promise fairness but show favoritism, they don't just lose games, they lose the locker room. And right now, the Browns are dangerously close to doing both. If you believe talent deserves a real shot, smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more honest NFL breakdowns.